Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to do a yarn review on Premier Nordica yarn. But first off, I just have to say that I am not affiliated with Premier at all. I bought this yarn myself. They did not send it to me, and I do not have affiliated links to where if you buy the yarn, I'd make money. I don't care if you buy the yarn or not. I don't have affiliated links. I am not, I have nothing to do with them. I'm only here to give you my honest opinion on this yarn right here. And remember though, they're just my opinions. They could be different from yours. So let's go ahead and go over it. So Premier Nordica is a 100% anti-peeling acrylic yarn. Like new, wash after wash. 546 yards. 500 meters, 7 ounces to 200 grams. So what this is a self-patterning yarn. It makes a pattern as you crochet with it or knit with it. On their website, it says it works knit or crochet. So it's tested and approved against 350 plus harmful substances, which is always good. And it is classified as a lightweight 3, which I would be in agreement with. And knitting needle size recommendation is a 4mm. Crochet hook is also a 4mm. You can machine wash on cold and tumble dry. Okay? Alright. So there are several colors to choose from, and I did get a few of them. First off, let's go by what it feels like. It's a very nice, soft acrylic yarn. And like I said, it is a DK double knit, which is just a lightweight number 3. But it is a very soft yarn. Now, when you look at the swatches that it shows, right here, it is a knitted swatch. And also the sweater that it shows is knitted. Okay? I could not find on their website anything that shows what it looks like crocheted. But it does say that it works with crochet or knit. I've seen a couple other reviews on this yarn. So I wanted to go ahead and just say what I thought about it. So I crocheted a bit with this, actually, using their recommended hook size of a 4mm. And this is what I came up with. A little bit of patterning down here. I wouldn't really call it patterning more other than kind of just splots here and there. You can see a little bit of a pattern. It doesn't really look like the knit version of it, but you can see a bit of a pattern. I personally do not like the pattern that it makes. Now, it does have to be gauged size to pattern out correctly. And it's going to look different. Knitting, in my opinion, when you knit something with this, it's going to look better than crochet. I like Premier yarns. I like them a lot. I bought from them many times. They really don't have too many yarns that I don't like. I pretty much like all their yarns. But this one right here just does not float my boat. And I'll tell you why. I think the pattern that it makes crocheting it, I think this looks like someone threw up on it. I'm not really into it not being consistent. It needs a consistent pattern. I don't like it just here and there, whatever it wants to do, depending on how you crochet it. Now, it's pretty much only going to come up, single crochet is probably what you're going to have to use the whole time. This is all single crochet. It's going to look completely different if you use double, completely different if you use half double. You really couldn't do much of anything big with it, like a blanket or even a sweater, because whatever pattern it does make is going to stretch thinner the bigger your project is. Knitting, on the other hand, is different because it doesn't take as much yarn. So like this is, you know, look at that. Knitted sweater. It looks gorgeous. But this still, even though I'm not a knitter, I know, I looked over the pattern on that, it still has to be planned out. Like it said, it was worked from the bottom up. And, you know, you're going to have to cut and match your yarn for the sleeves to start out. You know, you're going to have to find this pattern and start the sleeves at that exact part. You know, I don't know. It's a lot of mathematics for any I think. You know, the way they talk on their website, that it's just like super easy that all you got to do is crochet and it's going to come out like that. And unfortunately, I just don't think that's the case. I think it's a lot of planning, a lot of cutting the yarn and trying to find what piece of the pattern, because I think it just makes different patterns as you go along. You can see, and you know, there's going to be a lot of cutting to get the patterns to match up to whatever you're trying to make. It's just I don't know. I use this one right here, and to me it really doesn't look too much, a little bit, I guess, not really like the design that it says. I don't know. It's just not it's not doing it for me. Now, if you have heard of the Bloom yarn from Premier, I did a review on that, and I'll put a link to that below. I really liked that yarn because the pattern was super simple, and it just kind of looked like cross stitch. It was just like a line. It looked like cross stitch flowers. This, I think they got, it's just too much, and it just, I don't know. There's no rhyme or really reason to it, in my opinion. It's not anything that I particularly like. But please, before you leave me any ill comments, just know that's just my style. I'm a consistent type of person. I don't like things that are not in consistency. Very rarely do I like yarns that, you know, that are not consistent. I'm just that type of person. A lot of people like this kind of design. That is just they go with the flow, however it turns out, it turns out. If you like that, then you're gonna like this yarn, because the yarn itself is nice. It's a nice, soft acrylic yarn. But this pattern that it creates just doesn't float my boat. It's way too busy for me. And I'm just not into this type of busy. This isn't my type of busy. I mean, I can handle some busy yarns, but when it's trying to form a pattern, and it looks like this, and it's got a lot of gauging involved, a lot of pulling the yarn out, trying to get the right color to match up to your sleeve or whatever you're making. It's too much for me. It's not something I want to do. And like I said, if it turns out like this, it's not going to be anything for me. But please don't leave me any ill comments. That's just only my opinion. I know some people I have seen like this yarn, and that's awesome if you like that. It's just not my style. It's not my type of yarn. So I personally won't be buying again. I'm not trying to diss Premier's yarns, because I love Premier yarns. I love almost all of their yarns. But this one I'm not going to buy again. Hey, but I did buy 4 or so skeins of it that I'm not going to use. So I'm definitely going to be putting them in a giveaway. The reason I'm not going to use them is because, like I said, I don't like the guessing game of what's going to come next. I don't like it looking like this. And I don't like having to do where, pulling out yarn, trying to get the pattern to work out with the next piece that I'm doing. It's just too much work involved for me. It says, in the way they talk about it on their website, is like it's just so easy. You just crochet with it and that's it. It's just that, nah. I don't think it's just that easy. Because this is all single crochet. Like I said, to me, it just looks like nothing I would ever want to wear or give to anybody, but my own personal opinion. So what I want to know in the comment section is, like I said, I'm not going to buy it again. It's not for me. If you've tried this, let me know if you tried it, do you like it? Did you find it hard to get the pattern to emerge? Do you like the wonkiness of it? If you haven't tried it, is this something you would like? I'm sure lots of people will like this. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about people who like styles like this. It's just not me. So, I'm not saying nothing bad about the yarn if you like the style of unpredictability. I don't. I like consistency. Therefore, I won't buy it again, only for that reason. And I think the website made it seem like it was a little bit easier than what it is. To me, it seems like it's going to be a lot more than just crocheting rows back and forth to get what you want to work. Because like I said, you're not going to be able to make nothing too huge out of it, or there's not really going to be much of a pattern once it gets longer and longer. I think this was made more for knitters, actually. And even then, they're going to have to do a little bit of math to make sure stuff lines up correctly. But I think it would look better knitted than crocheted, in my opinion. If I could knit, I would probably knit with it. But unfortunately, I don't know how to knit. So I crochet, and it's not for me. But that's it. That's my review. I'm not going to buy it again. But I would really love to hear your thoughts on it. If you've tried it. If you haven't tried it, you can still tell me what you think about it. Oh, the price. The price is $7.99. Forgot to tell you that. $7.99 a skein. And that's for 546 yards of a DK. Lightweight 3. Too much money if you ask me. Not for all the work you could put into it. I think $5.99 would have been more of a fair price. So I think that the yarn itself is awesome. It's a nice yarn. I don't like the pattern it makes. I think it's overpriced. That's my opinions. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to tell me what you think about this Premier Nordica in the comments. Have a good day, everybody.